Even as the girls' varsity basketball game gets intense, the bleachers remain sparsely populated. This is part of Carlmont's new family-only policy, a method to stop COVID from spreading at basketball games. Yet, despite precautions, many games are being canceled due to the pandemic.
We're having another little bit of a COVID issue with Burlingame had to cancel on us because they have had COVID. So we've had games getting moved around, and that's making the season more confusing.
And as Omicron overloads emergency rooms, the question remains, is basketball worth the risk?
Well, within our team, we haven't had any cases because of basketball. Everyone has gotten it outside of basketball, so it really hasn't been a problem for us. So I don't think it should be shut down unless there has been a spread within the team.
On the court, precautions are being taken, like masking and quarantining. But the regulations are rather loose. It's not unlikely to see many players with their masks off during games and practices.
We have to wear masks when we're on the bench. We are very careful with if you do show any symptoms, nobody wants you to show up. We try and do as much testing as possible by ourselves.
And while the girls' team may be limiting COVID cases, the boys' team had an outbreak over winter break.
Recently, we've had a couple of COVID outbreaks where after a tournament that we went to over winter break, we came home and a couple of players got COVID and we had to shut down for 2 weeks.
The boys' team also had to cancel their game on Wednesday because the Burlingame team had a COVID outbreak.
A lot of this stuff is like changing day to day, week to week. Burlingame had cases of COVID and contact cases, and so per San Mateo district, which is different than ours, they're full cancel in those situations.
This could lead to complications later in the season.
In the preseason, if we missed a game, that can just be canceled and no damage done. But in league, they're going to push everything back and we're going to end up playing 3, sometimes possibly even 4 games in 1 week. So that's just kind of wear and tear on the team.
The girls' team has only had 2 cancellations in their league, none of which affected them.
The whole CCS had 2 games postponed, but none have been canceled yet for us.
That isn't to say that more girls couldn't get sick down the line.
Let's be realistic. I feel like a couple more girls are going to get it through maybe hanging out with friends or even maybe through games because so many people are asymptomatic that we don't know who has it or doesn't.
Especially with Omicron becoming more prevalent every day, COVID could get worse for the team. The boys' team has been much more affected by COVID than they were in the first semester. But there is also value in playing for both the players, cheerleaders, and spectators.
I think we should still be playing because I think there's a risk with everything and all the players understand the risk, and we kind of feel like if we get COVID, and we just want to play basketball.
Reporting for Scott Center, I'm Lindsay Augustine.